Alright, guys. These gamers never failed to surprise me. We had Chem last week, not knowing what a PTR was or how to download it. And now we've got Future, who thought that the PTR is just a mod. He's like, I'm there. I'm in the channel all alone. You guys are not here. It's like, no. We are there, mate. We are there. He's like, oh, I thought it was just a mod. No, Future, it's not just a mod. It's an actual server. But the good news is that there is a mod on the regular Battle.net, so we can just hop over to regular Battle.net. We'll do that anyway for the 3rd and 4th series, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change a whole lot. The only thing I think is that we don't have game heart, so we're gonna have to play without game heart, so you guys won't see the workers, which makes it a little bit more challenging. When will be the update on the ladder? I think in a couple weeks. Alright, guys. I'm ready. I wrote it to Indy as well, so hopefully Indy will come over. I think Maplez is on his way over. Obviously, we're playing on America. Actually, I can just swap accounts. This is why I made it 15 minutes. I had the feeling. I had the feeling that something was gonna go a little bit wrong here. These gamers, guys. Why does this old man have like 100 games on the PTR? And these gamers don't even know what the PTR is. How is this possible? Rainer will be playing Zerk. At least that's what I would strongly recommend to him. Unless he thinks he can cook max packs with his Protoss or his Terran, but I don't think that's going to happen. Alright, so we're just waiting for Maplez and Indy. As soon as they make their way over, we can go ahead and hop on into it. Second series of the night, for the people who are unfamiliar with the Big Brain Bouts, obviously 4 series always. The first one is done. I still get this thing, by the way, and that's so silly. I used to not have this. Zombie Grub is the winner of the first. It's Maplez against Future next. The third series of the night is Sabadas versus Mixu. And the winner of that best of 5 actually gets to play at Home Story Cup 26 as well. And if you guys wonder why, how does that happen? Why is it not an open qualifier? This is because the open qualifiers are already done for Home Story Cup. And at this point, they were just considering who to invite as the final few slots. Naruto asked me who I think they should invite, whether it's Mixu or Sabadas. And I said, well, I don't want to choose because I don't think that's fair. I like both of them a lot. Let them play for it. I think it's a good match. I think it's competitive between those two. Just let them play, and the winner gets to play in Home Story Cup. So a very, very important series for Sap and Mixu. Winner obviously gets the $100 as well from Basilisk. But more importantly, perhaps for them, is that they also get to play in Home Story Cup 26, which I think makes it a very fun and exciting series. And then, of course, last but not least, we've got Max Pax and Rainer, where we finally get to see the Rainer Zerk. I haven't seen the Rainer Zerk since WTL. Maplez is here, Futures is here, Indy is here. So the boys are going to do the vetoes. And as soon as the vetoes are done, I'm going to hop into our first series of the night. Does J Money have a Liquipedia account? You're asking me if you have a Liquipedia account in the 3rd person. I feel like there is one way to figure this out, and that is checking it for yourself. I don't think you can just create a Liquipedia account. You need to earn it. By the way, Coco, I have asked somebody that works at Liquipedia for your account, but they told me that I didn't ask the right person. I have to ask somebody else, and then I forgot to do that. But I did put in a tiny bit of effort. You're scared to check it yourself. If I have to make a guess, J Money, I do not think you have a Liquipedia account. You want one so bad? I know that Molten was very excited when he got his. How much prize money have you won in your life, J Money, playing Starcraft? A page, basically a Liquipedia page. Yeah, I don't think that J Money has one. If Coco doesn't have one, I don't think J Money has one. It's a good question. I think it takes a bit more than spamming Twitch and Discord chats to get a Liquipedia page. Whew! Gauntlet dropped Gemini versus J Money in the Big Brain Bouts. Unfortunately, Gemini, you're gonna have to wait for that moment because J Money has played a few too many times. 280 or 300. The old man Stago have fed me. How has Stago fed you? We have a map pool, by the way, guys. It is El Dorado, and finally my Data C makes it in. So actually, we start off on a new map, El Dorado. Then we play Data C. Then we play Dragon Skulls. Then Whispers of Gold. And last but not least, Ultra Love. Dragon Skills, obviously. When I played Bully, you got like 80. Wasn't that for the Bruno thing, mate? Wasn't that the Urza brawl? Yeah. Obviously, we were talking about a page, not an account. Sorry, guys. I said account, I meant page. Anyway, second series of the night. It took a little while to get it going. Maplez versus Future. Apparently, one of you guys are... Well, okay, Future, a sizable favorite right now in channel points. I am surprised by that. Mape the Ape, as he calls himself. That's not me calling him like that. As he calls himself. Has been a whole lot more active than Future. It's Canada versus USA. It's Protoss versus Terran. It's on the PTR. Well, at least the latest version. I think it's very close. The nerds are ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's get it on.
We went from a bit of community Starcraft straight into some pretty high level Starcraft. Perhaps some of the finer players that the Americas currently have to offer. As we kick things off on El Dorado.
Round 1. Fight!
In the bottom left side of El Dorado, the modern day version of Golden Wall, we are looking at the main base of the always exciting, always fun American Terran player. I'm very fond of this kid. He's always been nice. I just like him. This is Future. I've heard he's very good in Counter-Strike as well, but I can't confirm that. I will, however, one day confirm if he's good in Deadlock. If he ever wants to play a couple games, I'm here. I am going to infiltrate the Coco crew. Not in Counter-Strike, but I'll do it in Deadlock. In the bottom right side of El Dorado, we are looking at the main base of our Canadian Protoss. One of the most active players, I think, currently in the Americas. He keeps on getting better. Calls himself Mape the Ape. This is Maplez. I think if I would have to choose one... By the way, apparently even more channel points have been wagered on Future. If I had to choose one, I think I would predict Maplez for this one. On the PTR, on new maps, well, it's a mixture between new maps and old maps, but I personally think that Maplez is a very tiny favorite here. So I'm surprised that you guys are almost betting 1 million channel points on Future. And I like the more that I say nice things about Maplez, the more that you guys bet on Future. Yeah, nice story, Roddy, but Future is gonna win it. Maybe it's the Terran thing, right? I favor Mape. A tiny bit. But maybe Future has slightly more competitive experience, is slightly more familiar with playing video games for money. Of course, Maple's been around for a while and he's got a decent amount of experience too. This is not like Pi or Zombie Grub, who doesn't really play a whole lot when it comes to very competitive StarCraft. Both of these guys have played in a silly amount of online tournaments and probably a decent amount of offline tournaments at this point as well. You rally your drones correctly now? You watch some Sarah and Rainer reps? I mean, it's not exactly about watching replays. It's more about just using common sense. It's like, well, building drones in your main to send them to your natural and building drones in your natural to send them to the main. I don't think we really need to dive deep into the lab to figure out that that is not quite optimal. After Husheng flamed you, after Roddy flamed you. Okay. That's the first thing that I haven't noticed when I saw some of your games. But anyway, enough about you and enough about your drones. It's a PvT. It's Canada versus America. As Maplez opens things up in an Adept. Gets a scout off, sees the commands, and I think saw the heli in there as well. I don't know if he saw both of the Reapers or just one of them. No shield battery. Future is a very aggressive Terran, by the way, guys. This man has never really been about lean back and enjoy the ride, an all-out macro or play Mac. No. Future has always been aggressive. He just does his best work when he's aggressive. I'm not saying that he can't macro, because he absolutely can. And he can play the late game too. Well, the man loves getting the job done in the first 8-9 minutes in this matchup. Perhaps a little bit similar to Big Gabe. He is the American version of Gabriel in some ways. Alien indeed gets picked off, but the two Reapers do find a very cheeky way into the main base. This is good damage by Future. You get a perfect scout off. That's a lot of lost mining time. Oh, Mape. What are we doing? Mape, stop it. So this version, guys, of because we are playing on regular Battle.net, but we are playing on a mod, there is no game hard Mape. Stop it. He does get that the Reaper with his workers, so that one was okay. Still though, 5 workers going down to 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Oh, I can't show you guys the income graph either. Take to be announced, Gumio will be at Home Story Cup. So that's something that would normally always be cool, but now I think it's very cool, because obviously Gumio is the reigning champ. In what was in my eyes the best finals of competitive Starcraft in 2024. Gumio versus Showtime, as good as Starcraft 2 becomes. But it's not very good, guys. This is his very first game for Maplez. Perhaps this is why all of you guys were wagering your channel points on Future. So far not a whole lot is going well for Mape. A lot of things are going well for Future, but there are 2 adepts deep into the main base of the Terran. So now it is Future's time to lose a bit of mining time and maybe a couple of his workers. Not the cleanest defense I've ever seen, but Future's obviously focused on his aggression. Seems like the medevac got picked off. The Maplez gets the medevac, gets the Cyclone, is gonna get these Marines as well. He's down in workers though. Lost 5 workers earlier and now lost 12. You won't see the worker thing popping up, guys, because we are on regular Battle.net, not on the PTR. Since Future didn't know there was a PTR. My gamers. My StarCraft 2 gamers. You believe Gumio should have either been the first or last announced? I have a pretty good feeling about who they will announce last. Either last or second last, I know who that's going to be. Maybe it's indeed a bit random to like put your reigning champ somewhere in the middle, but I think that's maybe because Gumio has been to a lot of Home Story Cups and a lot of the fans expected him to be there because he goes pretty often. Gumi's got the passion. You hate playing Gumio. That's such a J Money statement. That's such a weird little J Money flex. Like you're playing Gumio a whole bunch, mate. Like Gumio is hitting you up in the DMs like, hey J Money, you want to play a couple games? Like, mate, I can find 3 Terran players at the local 7-Eleven that would wipe the floor with you, and you're talking about hating to play Gumio. It's such a weird flex. I can go down the street and enter Walmart and I find 2 Terrans that you would absolutely hate to play. Such a weird J Money flex. It's not just Gumio for you, mate. I'll guarantee you that. But we're moving on. Couple of adapts, Shade deep into the main base of Future. As the first 2 SCVs get picked off. A bit of lost mining time. Overall, I still don't think that Mape is very happy with this game, because as a Protoss, I think you always look for very clean first 5, 6, 7 minutes, and this has not been a total disaster, but it's definitely not been clean. No. It's like if I'm looking this game, it's like, man, you know what this reminds me of, guys? Like when I'm playing Clem, you know, it's like, oh, he just always finds damage. You know what I mean? And then everybody's like, no, we don't know what you mean, Roddy, because we're not playing Clem. It's like, this really looks a lot like my games against Clem, man. It's like, I'm just like not paying attention. I lose a Stalker. It's just me against Clem all over again. You know what I mean? Hello, slowly. Well, so far perhaps you dodged a bullet, because game 1 is not going well for Mape. Zealot charge is about to finish up. Gateway count is 7. Don't take this fight, J-Mon. Oh, excuse me, not J-Mon. Don't take this fight, Maples. Disengage. Wait for one more big round of Zealots. If a couple Zealots could come in from like the bottom left, this area, I think there is a world where Maples takes a decent fight, as he used the energy recharge thing there as well. He blinks the Stalk is very deep on top of the tanks. Force fields land on the bio. We'll get 2 out of 3 tanks rather quickly. The Immortal's gonna get the final tank. The problem is he has walled himself off the natural. So it takes a little while before these force fields disappear, and Future is just having a field day. Because this Terran army is quick. Marines can run away from the Immortal, can run away from the sentries. And this is where the American Terran player is once more going to find a lot of economic damage. And this was just not the game for Maplez. It started off with the 2 Reapers. I kind of feel like it ends with the first bio tank push. The reinforcements on the way. A lot of extra medevacs, widow mines, marines, marauders. Goodness. That's funny, man. Yeah. Well, at least good conversation. Unfortunately, not a very good game here for Maplez. Just things not really going his way. And as I said in the beginning, Future is a little bit like the American version of Big Gabriel. He's going to be in your face. He's going to be looking for damage. And he's going to look for that very first opportunity to just get you guys out of there. So far, it turns out that Twitch chat knows a little more about these two playing against each other than I did. If you guys really believed in Future, I believed in Maplez. The game 1 is all Future. You had the -0, J Money? I've seen it. So now we're actually entering some of the older maps. I think game 2 will be played on Data C. I've put Data C into the map rotation for the Colores, Steadfast and Roddy Cup and the Big Brain Bouts a couple weeks. But we just never got to see it. I thought that this map had a very good reputation. But literally nobody wanted to play on Data C. But I was stubborn. I kept it around. And these two apparently are down to play a game on Data C. And that makes me happy. A lot of great games were played on this map. This is the map where Zaun actually got his victory once upon a time over Cerro in the late game of PvZ. I want to say that that's the only late game ZVP that Cerro lost in like 7 years of Starcraft 2. Before everything changed. Max Pax once upon a time had an absolutely brilliant build on this map against Raynor. Whew. I still remember it so well. It was so good and so clever that even Raynor looked at it and said, yeah, that was pretty good, he got me. But he made one mistake. Do you know what it was? And I said, yes, I know what you're thinking. And Raynor said, what is it then? I said, he made the mistake of using it now and not in a bigger series like a DreamHack Regionals. And Raynor smiled and he said, yeah, exactly. That's how it went, guys. True story. Believe it or not. What do I put at the top side of the scoreboard here? Like this, maybe? Like this.
Round 2. Fight!
This is where you want to visit Solar and PvZ. A lot of great games were played. I really like this map. I thought it was fine. This is also the map where I think I played a game versus the Chinese caster, and Lambo was casting it. And I think there was a changeling blocking the entrance into my main while I was getting Nightest. And I didn't know. Or it was a probe actually. I think I put a probe on hold position and couldn't push it away. And Lambo was ripping his eyeballs out. He's like, Roddy, for help, pay attention. I didn't. I was overwhelmed. Anyway, bottom left side, a relatively rough first game, but I'm sure that we can turn things around here in game 2 on Data C. This is Maplez. I think versus Zaun is still the last time that Cerro lost a ZVP best of 5+. Could be, the man just doesn't lose them. Top right side of Data C, opening up with not one, but 2 Rexes. It is the American Terran player, apparently a great League of Legends player and Counter-Strike player. This is Matt Chirino Esports Future. I don't know if he's still with Matt Chirino. I don't know if Matt Chirino still does anything. But in case he is, we'll give them a shout out. Last game, of course, our Canadian Protoss just lost a few too many probes. You don't want to start off by having a wall off, having adepts, because the whole reason we make adepts is not because these adepts are so freaking amazing. Yes, you guys will play on Europe, and we'll host it with the mod. The only downside of that is that we don't get to see any income graphs, we don't get to see the amount of workers going down, but that's fine. We don't see it with these guys either. It's okay. I was gonna do that anyway for SAP against Mixu, since that is a very important series and the winner qualifies for Home Story Cup. I did not want to see them play with ping. And you guys don't have to play with ping either. Triple Reaper into 3 Rex. Interesting. Very old build by Future. It's one of these builds where maybe you just don't expect it anymore if you're Maples, and by the time you realize what is up, it is a little bit too late, and this is really going to hurt. That is -3 probes immediately. Make it 4. All Reapers still alive. Future is okay with losing these Reapers, guys. He just wants to deal damage. He's gotten 5 workers so far. Make it 6. Wants to get 7 with the grenade. Doesn't quite get that, but 6 workers in a 3-minute and 30-second game is massive. And sure, Reapers are not cheap and they're not for free, but it's all about slowing down the growth of your opponent. And losing the Reapers doesn't hurt you as a Terran. Losing those workers does. Seems like Maples is going for 3 gates, Blink Stalkers and a Robo. Maybe still warp in an additional gate, but if you make it 4 gate, you're putting yourself in a position where you basically have to straight up win. I feel sad for Mape because I really like Mape, and even though I really like Future as well, I just want to see these 2 guys have a great series and win or lose, have fun. And so far I don't think this best of 5 is incredibly fun for Maples. He is gonna get a 4th gateway. And since he's playing against 3 Rex, this might not be bad. Now if we warp in a Nexus, I do think it becomes maybe a little bit bad. At least on the wrong moment. Sometimes super early is good because it has a lot of HP. Or first dealing with the 3 Rex and then getting it is good. If you get in an awkward moment, it is bad. The Adepts will now see all them Marines that obviously have Stim leave. The Adepts can shade into the main base. That's exactly what Maples does. This is good for the Canadian Protoss. This is exactly what Maples need, as now it's finally his time to deal A little bit of damage and B, get the right information. I don't have a waterfall, it's a Ferris wheel, mate. I don't know where you see a waterfall, or you mean the other thing, the lantern. I can bring the lantern forward, but it will just not be charged, so then you don't really see it. It is basically it's a little housey with a tree and a Santa floating around it. I posted a video in my Discord, and then like fake snow. It's very cute. I like it. One of the Stalkers gets found. Maples, please pay attention, as he will pay attention to the rest. These Marines, by the way, kind of stuck. I don't really see a safe way home for these Marines. Future right now is looking for some high ground, but he's already on the high ground, so there is no high ground to take advantage of. I do like that Stim to then immediately disengage and try to sync up. And here there is high ground, so honestly, well done, Maples. Please be careful, mate. War Prism is deep into the natural, by the way. That feels kind of crazy to me, but hey, this is good play. 4 Stalkers, the magical number to one-shot SCVs. Mape. Mape the Ape, as he calls himself. That's not me slandering him. Honestly, kind of cooking here. Playing well. Careful with your War Prism, obviously. We don't want to lose any Stalkers, as all the other Stalkers have linked in the main base as well. Don't forget about the main army of Future, guys. So Maple says, you know what, I don't see enough units here. I'm just going to go deep into your main base. He kills the Marauders, he kills the Marines, he kills the SCVs. But now on the other side of the map, it is Future who is YOLO stimming everything into the natural main base of Maples. NA Starcraft. Where's Fear Dragon when you need him the most? This right here is peak NA SC2. You attack me, I attack you. There is 0 defense. We're both going to lose all of our workers. Is there a world where Maples wants to recall, or he says, does he say, no, it's okay. You kill everything of me, I kill everything of you. I've got Blink Stalkers, I've got the micro potential, you've got no medevacs. It should favor the Protoss, right? This should favor the Protoss. I love how there is a very random +1 armor on the way in a game like this. Obviously losing. Oh, the hidden base. Hidden base is a play. He already built it. He's got money for it. Don't forget, there are no medevacs, so all these Marines and Marauders are kind of stuck. Maples left a few stalkers behind just to don't make it too easy for those barracks to land and start building workers. I mean, this is where Maples can just micro all day, every day. He's got Blink, he's got a War Prism. All we need to do is make sure that we don't mess up, that we don't lose the fight, and we don't lose all these units here. There's even a battery. I mean, even if Maples is down in supply, this has a Maples victory written all over it. Future is forced to stim forward, but now he has to take this fight near the battery. Use energy recharge, Mape. Please, Mape, one time. Energy recharge. Energy recharge, Mape. Why? Don't we use it? Because we don't need it, apparently. Would have made our lives a little bit easier, to be fair, but... Lol. Future evacuated his 3 barracks to the bottom right side. And he somehow landed them right next to the hidden base. And hey, baby. Hidden base? Oh, that's a lot of SCVs, by the way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys? If Maples does not find this base real soon, he is in serious trouble. He had a very big... You don't need this many Rex, Future. What am I looking at? Future's casually going 8 Rex. 8 Rex of 18 SCVs. Plus 1 armor is done as well. And I actually think Future is winning now at this point, guys. Yeah, but he's not just losing 3 barracks. Like, you may temporarily not be able to use them, but you're not just losing 3 barracks. There's a few more random Marines. Future is going to sacrifice his very first Marines. I mean, that is a bit of an issue. Maples right now just needs to figure out where this hidden base is. 8 Rex. The man's got 8 Rex. He knows winning the defense. NA is winning, baby. Alright, Maple's checking. Top left, nothing. Now he sees a couple barracks. He's probably like, uh-oh. The bunkers go up, but there is nothing in there yet. There are 3 Marines right now, guys, and they're in the natural. What are they doing in the natural? I don't know. What am I looking at? Maples has doubled his income, by the way. He's gone from 4 to 8. And the first Marauders are out. Oh, this observer, by the way, is insanely useful here. The bunkers get cancelled. Future just wants to battle this with SCVs and Marauders. A game for the ages here in the Big Brain Bouts on the Friday night. Who wins this? Is it the Protoss with the micro potential and the 5 Blink Stalkers? Or is it the Terran with 20 SCVs and 8 barracks? And hey, that Marauder is stuck, by the way. That Marauder is like, help me, other Marauders, I'm stuck. And 1 barracks will lift. Yes. They stim forward. They kill 1 of the stalkers. Killing every single stalker is big. Oh, the flanking triple marine. The 3 marines that were chilling in the natural. They show up. They kill 1 of the stalkers. And that is big. As Maples now hits us with the Dark Shrine of 12 workers. That is definitely a play. Yeah, the War Prism died over here, I believe. The DTs, guys, of 12 workers. And an Immortal. Oh my god, that's suddenly so much bio. 8 Rex, baby. Future with 31 army supply. Of 23 SCVs. Still building SCVs. Lost 1 of his orbitals. No, he has both. Okay, he's so over. I thought he lost 1 of the orbitals. Now this is Omega over. He's done it. The man who went down basically to 0 army supply. He has done it. I think Maples is kind of dead. 1 Nexus. Against 2 command centers and 8 Rex. Yeah. Good luck, have fun. The Immortal is good. Future throws down a scan. He spots the Dark Shrine as well. Perhaps we should have built that Dark Shrine like literally anywhere else, you know? I don't know how to answer that question, Mozart Gamer, but yeah, perhaps. That's a silly amount of Marauders. As they stim forward, they one-shot the Immortal. And don't ask me how we got here. But after 12 minutes, it is Future who takes a 2-0 lead. NA Starcraft, guys. I attack you, you attack me. We both lose a lot, not quite everything. We take random bases. Maybe Maple shouldn't have cancelled that Nexus in the bottom right, guys. So he would have had 2 base economy as well. The 3 flanking Marines too. Dragon skills will be map 3. The American Terran Future is cooking. Has not been mega active, but when I reached out to him to play in the Big Brain Bouts, he said like, yeah, perfect timing actually, because I do want to play more. I believe there is a Cheeseadelphia coming up. Future wants to attend that. He wants to do well there. The 3-rack scout on the proxy nexus was clutch, yeah. Thank you, Freakmate, for the 2 months with Prime. I appreciate it. So this is not PTR, but we are playing on basically the PTR version of StarCraft 2. It's regular Battle.net, but it's a custom mod in regular Battle.net that obviously has all the updated changes. So we're playing on the new patch, but it's not PTR. And the reason for that is that the future did not know that a PTR existed. Those are your pro gamers. One doesn't know how to download it, the other one didn't know it was a thing. It can be played on any server. The only downside of this is that there is no game heart. So I cannot show you guys the income graph. I cannot show you guys the workers that go down. Yeah. Future knew a little bit more than Cham, but not a whole lot.
Round 3. Fight.
Up to 0, and the boys are leaving town. Where have we seen that before? Well, at least one of them. In the top left side, taking the 2-0 lead, is the American Terran player, Future. In the bottom right side, he is down 0-2. He's one of the highest ranked players on the North American ladder, but he's struggling a little bit tonight to make things click. It is our Canadian Protoss, Maplez. That didn't affect Champ's performance? No, it didn't. He was very happy with it. I had a little chat with him afterwards. He's like, I'll be honest, I did not think I was going to win today. I was like, yeah, I could kind of see that in the first 2 games, because you kind of left a little bit early. He's like, yeah, sorry about that. I just kind of felt I was dead. And I was like, no, it's fine. Yeah, a little chitty chat. It all worked out. So Maplez is opening up with a pylon and a gateway, and then a pylon on the other side of the map as the game is stuck. Somebody is lagging. Who's lagging? Maplez. We kind of need him. We kind of need a Maplez. Now, there's obviously a chance that we can re-host this. If Maplez disconnects, guys, we're just going to have to give it a couple minutes. We do have to resume this game from replay with the specific build orders that were chosen. Do you think the Dark reads the balance changes? I think it will read them. Well, actually, right now that he's not playing, I don't think he reads them. Because Dark is AFK, right? How come no one asked the famous question, is this live? I think people, after 12 years of me only doing live StarCraft, finally came to the conclusion that it is probably live. It will probably happen though during Rainer Max Packs. Because Rainer Max Packs is a big enough series that it like appeals to people outside of the regular StarCraft 2 realm. Then you have a whole bunch of people who watch it for different reasons, and they will stop by and ask if it's live. Unfortunately, guys, Maplez is still lagging, Future is spamming, and we're just gonna have to rehost this one. Yeah, I believe that Dark is maybe already doing it, or he's enrolling in it soon, because he left Talon Esports and he hasn't tweeted out that he was looking for a new team or anything. So. I think right. Future left, Indy left, I left. We're gonna go ahead and try to resume this one from replay. I don't see Maplez online anywhere. Obviously, it really sucks if you're playing a series for money, you're down 0-2 and then you disconnect. Bit of a rough night for our Canadian, but hopefully he can keep it together. A, can return soon, and B, play a good game 3 and perhaps a game 4 and a game 5. He said on EWC that it was his last tournament, at least for the time being, yeah. Alright, so we just need Mape, but Mape is not here. I'll take a tiny break, guys, as we are currently in the lobby to obviously resume the game from replay. But seems like Maplez is having some internet issues. I feel like we've been a tiny bit cursed lately, last few weeks. A lot of random pauses after all these flawless weeks. Suddenly technology is letting us down. I'll just take a tiny break, grab myself a drink, as we wait for Maplez to return to continue our second series of the night. And obviously after this, we've got 2 more best of 5s. One, a PVZ, where the winner qualifies for Homesteader Cup. And the other a PVZ, where we haven't seen the Z play a whole lot of Z in a very long time. Can't wait. Should be awesome. See you guys soon. He says it's getting nasty outside. I don't know what that means. I guess storms? Apparently his internet is also struggling right now. He says loading BattleNet. Why does this happen to me? Oh wait, he posted a video. It's very cloudy. Beautiful. Beautiful, very cloudy, very windy. Will be a few minutes because BattleNet is slow. All good, mate. We'll wait for you. Well, hopefully he can at least just continue game 3 without any issues. Things we don't control. The weather in Canada. It happens, but it's all good. We were going pretty quick this series, so we're not too far behind schedule. Next up, Sabadas versus Mixu. Winner qualifies for Homesteader Cup 26 and obviously gets $100. Last but not least, it will be Rainer versus MaxPax. I actually do really like the chocolate ones, Mr. Wolfies. They are very, very good. I'd actually probably go for those. You guys can play on Europe Mixu, and then we host the version so you guys have low ping. Because it's an important series, I don't want to see you guys suffer from ping. It obviously sucks a little bit that we won't have game hard, but that just means that I have to do a good job as an observer. So you guys will be able to play on Europe. Hello, Rex. Have I ever had dessert pizza? I've had Pizookies from BJ's. If any of you guys have ever been to America, you've ever seen the restaurant chain called BJ's, they have the pizza cookie there. And pizza cookie is goated. Two of the maps are not in Europe. Well, we can do NA. You guys can figure out what you guys like the most. Either we host NA with the regular maps, or we replace those 2 maps, or we just do 7 maps. Obviously 7 maps is fine as well. Or you guys both just get 1 veto. I think that's reasonable too. Instead of 9 maps, we'll just do 7 maps. We only need 5 in the end, guys. As we are still waiting on BattleNet for the return of Mape. Hopefully for Mape everything will work out. I told him that we'll wait for him. Oh. It's okay, champ. Find this Ferris wheel on the snow globe lamp amazing. I was gonna try to. Since you guys were asking me what it is, I don't know how much you can see on the camera, but this is about as close as I can get it. I like it. I think it's very cool. It was not that expensive either. It's pretty cheap. Little Santa going around in circles with fake snow. Those little white balls, but from far away it looks like it's snowing. As you guys can see, Maple's writing in Twitch chat that he is still struggling and BattleNet is stuck at 45%. We'll give it a few more minutes, obviously. It's November, sir. That's highly illegal. Absolutely not. Next week, I'm gonna get the tree up. I don't know where the tree will be yet. Maybe over here. Maybe somewhere else. But next week, we're definitely getting the tree up. Now that there is downtime, do you want to talk about Finite Salzburg? Even if I would somehow end up on a deserted island and I have not seen a human for 45 days, and at day 46 a human walks up to me and says, would you like to talk about Finite Salzburg? I think I would crawl back into my cave. That was an absolutely dreadful game of football that I want to erase from my memory. We were ridiculously bad. Well-deserved victory for the boys from Austria. Just it summons up Finite in a nutshell. From playing the best football that I've seen in years in Benfica away to that game versus Ajax, that game versus Salzburg. Next week, you get it up 1 or 2 days before Christmas. That seems like a whole lot of effort for nothing then. I love the Christmas vibes. Christmas vibes make me happy. What do I think of Arne Slot as Liverpool coach? He's doing amazing. He's doing absolutely amazing. And it makes me happy because I think he's a very likable guy. He's very nice. So, I think it's nice for Liverpool. I think it's very nice for Arne Slot. I hope it keeps it up. I'm sure there will be a little setback eventually because no one in England goes like an entire year like this, right? He obviously already had one bad game against Nottingham. But yeah, he's doing amazing. I mean, I was missing him and I knew we'd miss him. But then at the start of this supposedly very difficult streak, it kind of felt that our new coach finally got it together. And we had a couple of awesome games. And it was nice to be a Feyenoord fan again. Just in the last 12 days, even last 10 days, it's not been that fun. But yeah, Arne Slot did great at Feyenoord. And obviously then he deserves a step up. As we still wait for Maplez, guys, for his power to be back on, for his internet to be back on. And hopefully we can continue this best of 5 soon. I do feel like lately we got a tiny bit unlucky. How do you make it up that the Canadian weather can somehow disrupt a Friday night of video gaming? Fingers crossed that maybe we'll be back soon. Obviously, if it goes on a whole lot longer, maybe we can... I think we can always resume it on a different day. I don't want to just give out a free win. That's not something we do. And as much as it sucks to not close the series tonight, especially for the channel points, it would be really bad. But I think I'll just settle it for future. Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes, maybe. It's okay. I know that this is more frustrating for you than for anybody else out there. Just do whatever you can. Try turning it on and off. A full reboot. We'll wait for a bit. If there is no improvement in 5-10 minutes, then I guess we'll just move on. We'll play the other series. And maybe later tonight you guys can finish it up. Or tomorrow. Whatever. These things are out of our hands. We can be angry over it. We can be sad. But it's nobody's fault. I know you're not doing it on purpose. I can get angry if people don't show up or they show up late. That's annoying. This is nobody's fault. What is my opinion on Mbappe's momentarily shape? So, that one I do find a bit surprising and fascinating to think about. Because obviously Madrid basically won everything. And maybe a team that basically won everything should not get a big star like Mbappe. It's weird. I almost feel that the best Mbappe I've ever seen was in like 2018 when they won the World Cup and he was young and he looked fresh and he was fast. These days he's just an offside machine, man. He's just offside all the freaking time. And he's still fast, so I don't even understand why he's always offside. It kind of feels that it's been a very long time since we've seen him perform as good as he did many years ago. And then obviously in his career he got unlucky a couple of times that like he got injured right before Champions League semi-finals, Champions League finals. And then like, yeah, okay, they did whatever they could to get him back in time, but he wasn't as good as he normally be. I would definitely not give up on him. And I love Kylian. I think he's awesome. And if he's in shape, he's such a joy to watch. But it's been a long time, to be honest. Will you start watching skiing since you now have a multiple times world champion skier? I didn't even know we had one. So probably not now. I do find skiing fun to watch. If I'm ever like up early and I see there is some skiing competition, I'd watch it. I find it enjoyable. But not something that I'm going to clear out my agenda for. You think Netherlands can win the World Cup? Absolutely we can. Who do you think will win the next World Cup? The question is not who's going to win. The question is who's going to lose in the finals to the Netherlands. That's a great question. I don't know. Germany's got a fun team. Could be France again. Could be Argentina, so we finally get their revenge. Our best skier from Austria retired and switched to the Netherlands. So he's Austrian, but now he's representing the Dutch. I don't know anything about this. Do you know if the patch will be live for the new season on the 10th? If you mean the 10th of November, I highly doubt that. I think that's too early. I wish so, mate, because that would honestly make it a bit easier again to play and watch Starcraft. Watch streams, play a bit of ladder, but I think they're taking their time, and I don't think they've made up their minds yet. I do not expect this version of Maple said it loaded. Whoop whoop. We might get Mape back. I think it's gonna be maybe like around Home Story Cup time. Maybe a bit before or a bit after that this patch will actually go live on regular Battle.net. Or a different version of this patch. Botafogo is in the Libertadores finals and we're coming for Real Madrid in December. That's probably why Madrid are playing so bad. They're too worried. So is it Botafogo against Atletico Mineiro? Is that the finals of the Libertadores? Is it an all-Brazilian final once more? Has Florencio been on the BBB? I don't think so, no. I don't think we ever had Florencio. I don't think that he really plays in a lot of tournaments, to be fair. Oh, that's Home Story Cup weekend. That's gonna be a great weekend, mate. There will be Home Story Cup, there'll be F1 to watch, there's always regular football to watch, and then we can watch Libertadores and the NFL. Wow. What a weekend. That's totally up to you guys. Alright, Twitch chat, you guys can give me your 2 cents. Maples is offering Future to just replay the game, because it's obviously been so long. But I don't want to say anything. But I also don't know if that's the play. So we can either resume it from where we left off, or we can just start all over again. Maple said he had a spike before the internet dropped. So maybe his build order is messed up. I mean, I'm okay with both, but I also don't want to give away too much in case other player is listening to me. We can also just resume it at like 105. That's what Indy says. I think that's good. I think we should do that. Maple says, sure, that's fine. And I'm sure that Future is okay with it as well as soon as he's here. Yeah, I'll leave it up to the players. I don't feel... there's never really a right or wrong here. I just think that we should do with whatever makes the players happy. And if Maples is happy and Future is happy, I'm happy. I don't think Flo plays a lot of tournaments. But that's kind of what I try to do with the Big Brain Bouts. The original booger is that I want to reward people that do play tournaments. Because what is good for this scene is not just that it's only Clem and Maxpack signing up for every online tournament. Is that you have a whole bunch of people sign up for tournaments. To make it seem like there is a scene. To make it feel alive. And the people that play in tournaments, I want to reward with invites to the Big Brain Bouts where they can actually win guaranteed money. If you don't play in tournaments, then yeah, I don't really see why you would suddenly play in the Big Brain Bouts. Unless, obviously, like there are special occasions where I think it makes perfect sense. And Zombie Grub is a good example for that. Alright. We are ready to resume this one from replay. It is 2-0 for the American Terran player. So far, a rough series. A very fun second game rather. First game so-so. Second game very fun. This is game 3. This is where we left off.
Round 3. Fight!
In the top left side of Dragon Skills, he's up 2 and he has built a barracks on the other side of the map. This is Future. This was not 105 by the way, but okay. In the bottom right side of Dragon Skills, we are looking at the main base of our Canadian Protoss, opening up with 1 gateway at home, 1 gateway on the other side of the map. His power went out, but we're back. This is Maples. They made me switch tabs. A legendary name. What? I'm so confused right now, Youngblood. Oh. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Hey, that's not the worst name out there. It's been a whole lot worse than that. Proxy Reaper is going to show up in the main base. That's the first probe going down. The second probe is far away from the battery. Battery not quite done yet. -2 workers immediately. But the good news for Maplez is that there is a Stalker on the other side of the map that is already going to deny this bunker. That's no cancel, by the way, on that bunker. I mean, yeah, that's 100 minerals going around. The SCV, excuse me, the Marine gets picked off as well as the SCVs are chasing the Stalker. And losing those workers against the Reaper may hurt. Well, Maplez is actually kind of losing his Stalker, maybe a little bit quicker than he should have. It's the second one in deeply. But now it's a Zealot and a Stalker versus just one Marine and a Reaper. That's always a good fight for the Protoss. Bunker not up, will probably not come up. As a Future is gonna have to buy a lot of time for himself until that Cyclone is out. Future knows that this is going to hurt. He's going to lose SCVs. The only question is how many. So far it's a very decent amount. It's such a nice little combo of a Zealot and a Depth and a Stalker. Cyclone finally out. Gets the lock-on the expensive unit and the unit with the most micro potential immediately. That's a good choice. Overall, pretty damn solid start for the man who's down 0-2. Who obviously had the power outage into the sort of disconnect. Not really, but we'll try to get one more hit off here on that low HP SCV. Mape is back and is looking good in game 3. I know, Crowbar Barney. I'm very sad about it, but I don't have access to that. I cannot put anything in there. I need a volunteer, somebody with the right access to put it there. I don't have it. Normally there's always someone who does it, but maybe that person is on a holiday. I did give them shoutouts many times, and I'm incredibly grateful to whoever that is, but yeah, I just don't have the access, so I can't do it myself, and it's sad that we are not on the Team Liquid calendar today. Could maybe still be fixed. I don't know if Zombie Grub is still live. You guys could perhaps ask Zombie Grub, because I think Zombie Grub actually has the power. As Future thinks about going up this ramp, but without high ground vision, that's obviously not going to work against the Stalkers. Even if Cyclones have a lot of micro potential, but going up a ramp, taking all that free damage is not the play. The gate is unpowered, but Maplez has snuck a probe back to the other side of the map to repower that gateway. As he's playing Deadlock. I love it. I'm jealous of Zombie Grub. Show up, go live, win a best of 5 in Starcraft, take away some prize money and fire up some Deadlocky. What a life for ZG. As the Future does find the second pylon that has been built on the other side of the map. That's a great pickoff, by the way. And that's also a great scout in a way, because if your opponent is so eager to repower that warp gate on the other side of the map, there is a good chance they're going to be aggressive with Blink Stalkers. Banshee has Cloak on the other side of the map, and we don't have a Robo. We do not have a Robo. Oh my goodness, Mape. We do not have a Robo, and that is obviously incredibly bad news. No, I want to say Future doesn't have a whole lot here to deal with Stalkers, but it is a straight up disaster. No Robo on the side of the Canadian Protoss. And I think that Maplez, yeah, maybe just mentally a little bit out of it. Perhaps frustrations of the power outage and then not being able to connect to Battle.net. That obviously really sucks, and I'm sure that he feels guilty, but he does not have to ever feel guilty. These things, they happen. Sometimes you have a great series, sometimes you have a bad series, and if it's then the universe also working against you, taking you off your game, it is what it is. A strong showing by Future. At least we had a very fun second game, guys, on Data C. We'll always have Data C that we can look back at that still made that one fun to me. Thanks to Basilisk for once more rewarding us with the 10 subs. We're gonna go ahead and take a tiny break, and then we'll be back with a very important PVZ. Mixu versus Sabadas. The winner gets $100, the loser gets 25. The winner will also be able to play in Home Story Cup 26. Naruto asked me, who would I choose between Mixu and Sabadas? I says, I can choose. I like both of them. I don't want to make that choice. Why don't we make them play for it? And that's how this series came to fruition. 69% for our Future. Nice. You guys went against me. You guys were right. I'm washed. We both know. The 35 months? What do we know, mate? Congrats, mate. Oh, you both know. You want to watch the VOD? Nothing but praise for you, mate. Always nothing but praise and kind words. You know that. Sabadas versus Mixu, best of 5. Sabadas, Czech Republican, Protoss, big series, guys. Mixu, our Finnish Z, best of 5, 125 plus. Oh, damn it. That fits, guys. That fits. 15 minutes. We'll get the boys sorted. Apparently, 2 of the maps of the latest PTR that are hopefully going to be in our future map pool are not quite uploaded to the European server. So instead of a 9 map pool, we'll have a 7 map pool, which means that we'll probably be playing a couple of games on the older maps. And that is obviously Data Sea, Dragon Skills, and Lost and Found. But hey, all those maps are good, so it should be fun. I'll take a tiny break, then we continue. 2 more series, back-to-back PvZ, 1 for a spot at Homestory Cup, and 1 that has Rainer and Max Bucks. I mean, what else do we need? See you guys soon. Hype, hype, hype.